guys, it's John here again. This is another story, I suppose, to do with my life then, again. It's to do with a local healer. Some of my close friends know this, but it's not something I've shared widely. There's a healer not far from where we live, and going back when my youngest son was, I'm not sure, he's between 4 and 6 months, I can't remember the exact age. He had very bad reflux, which basically meant every time he drank milk he was being sick and bringing it back up. And doctors wanted to put him on this medication, which we weren't really that keen about. We were a bit concerned about it. And anyway, my partner had heard about this local healer and thought, well, we'll give it a go. So we went there, and the chap was very welcoming, and him and his wife, and they were really nice people. Very funny guy as well, in fact. And the first thing he said to me was, he said, you're a healer, aren't you? And I thought, am I? And he said, well, yeah. And I thought, oh, okay. And so that's another story. Anyway, we'll go into that again. But anyway, so I sat my son down with him, and I can't remember exactly what he did. I can't remember now. Did he put his hand on his chest? I can't remember what he did now, because it's a few years ago now. Anyway, about say 20 minutes after we went there, my son looked up at this chap, smiling at him, and cut a long story short, he never had reflux again. And it was amazing. This chap wasn't one, he was doing it for money, and I didn't want nothing off us, nothing at all. He was just glad to help us, and he did an amazing job, and we were very, very pleased, of course. So that was our first dealings with him. And then we go to earlier on this year. It was around the time I made a video when I took a break from making Wonderful World Awareness videos, because it was a very bad time. There's a lot of stuff going on. So we went to see the chap again, but this time was for my partner, because she was very low. She had a second chest infection in a matter of a couple of months, and just really getting it down. So we went to see him, and again, he said to me about me being a healer, and I didn't think anything of it, but again. And he also said about our son that there was something special about him, but he didn't really say what it was. So I piped up and I said, is he the Antichrist? Because of his behaviour, and he just laughed. He said, no, of course, nothing like that. And we had a great laugh, to be honest. He was there again. He did something different this time. He got tarot cards out and made my partner choose them and stuff, and then went into the healing process. But and I was talking to him right the way through it, and he's very, very funny chap, and I did ask him, I said, look, your healing, where does it come from? And he said, well, it's not from me, he said. It's from doctors, healers who have passed over, and from God. He said, they work through me. And I'm just a vessel, he said, for them to do their business. And I said, well, how did you get started? And he said, well, years ago, I think he went to a fortune teller or something, and this fortune teller told him he was a healer. And again, he was like, what? What are you on about? And the fortune teller told him exactly where he was in his life, and about his relationships and stuff, which is spot on. And he was at a situation where somebody wasn't well, and he just felt compelled to try and help them, and he did, and he healed them, and he never looked back, and he's been doing it for over 20 years. So anyway, getting back to my partner, he told her everything would be fine, because she was waiting results back from x-rays and stuff on her chest, and within a few days we had the x-rays back, and everything was fine, and there was nothing serious there. Her chest had in fact cleared with the medication and stuff we're on, and maybe through this chap as well. And within 2 weeks, my partner is tired, yes, because of a new job, and we don't get a lot of sleep because we've got a youngster and little young toddler and stuff in the house, but her health is much improved, a lot better than it was, and I think I put it down to this chap again, and I'd have no hesitations of going back to see him again in the future if we needed to. So here is my story for today, ramblings, again, another rambling story. So I didn't set out to do this. I got another story I did record straight after this from Kelly. I just had the idea to do this morning, and I thought, well, I'm going to put it down, record it while I remember it, because you probably got it on my mind, because I'm a bit of a scatterbrain. So anyway, that's it from me for now. and I wish you all the best. Until next time, bye for now.